Under 10 minutes to game time here in Rigby, Idaho. Only about 9:23 left on the clock. The team's looking to come back on the field. We'll catch you with some coverage in about 3 to 5 minutes to start this one. Week 2 Rigby Trojan football coming to you soon. And here come your Team 112 Rigby Trojans. The fans here going wild. They love their Rigby Trojans here in Rigby, Idaho. Number 10, Ryder Thompson carrying the axe for the Trojans. The fireworks sounding here at Rigby High School's football stadium. We love our Rigby Trojans here. On the line, ready for their pregame warm-ups. Got about 3 minutes left on the game clock. Rigby Trojans are going to talk about some things with Coach Armando Gonzalez. We'll do national anthem, and then we'll be ready for Week 2 football here at Rigby High School. On the far side of the field, the post-fall Trojans coming on out. Well, now I can officially welcome you to Week 2 football here in beautiful Rigby, Idaho. It's a beautiful Friday night, ready to get it going here at Rigby High School's football stadium. The Rigby Trojans tonight are going to be hosting the post-fall Trojans, who come into tonight's contest at an 0-1 after dropping a heartbreaker to the Sandpoint Bulldogs in Week 1, 35-7. Your Rigby Trojans coming into this one are standing at 1-0 on the season after a dominant win in Week 1 over the Skyview Bobcats. They won that contest 43-6, carrying a lot of momentum into Week 2 here. Skyview, a very strong opponent, ranked number 9 in the state of Utah, but Rigby handling them very dominantly, has a lot of momentum coming in here to Week 2. We're ready for football to begin. Both teams out there for coin toss. Out there taking the coin toss are a few seniors. Number 8 on the right, Hunter Neild. Next over to the left from here, that's number 50, Cannon Coster in offensive center. Number 87, Con Danzy. And then finally the wide receiver, number 14, Taylor Freeman. Speaking of Taylor Freeman, he had a huge impact last Friday night. He was a real difference maker, a lot of great catches in coverage. Made a lot of big plays, looking to repeat his performance from last week. Coming into this game, Post Falls defense is going to look to play a lot of man coverage. I got to have a conversation with offensive coordinator Coach Flowers, and that was one thing that he stressed to me. Post Falls is really going to be emphasizing the man coverage. They're going to play a lot of cover 1 and cover 3 over the top. So look to the receivers like Con Danzy, number 87, and number 14, Taylor Freeman, to have a huge impact in today's game. We're going to go ahead and do the national anthem here at Rigby High School, and then we'll be back for the start of Week 2 football. A beautiful rendition of our nation's anthem by the Rigby High School Band. And now we're ready for some Rigby High School football. Some players to look for if you're a fan sitting at home tonight would definitely be number 19 of the Rigby Trojans, Tiger Adolfo, coming off his great game last week, looking to repeat that performance. Two main keys for Adolfo in tonight's game would be, first of all, if he can handle the pressure from the Post Falls defense. Post Falls known for their 5-man fronts in what is referred to as a 6-man box. That means they're going to be sending a lot of pressure at Adolfo all night. Can Adolfo repeat his performance and deal with the pressure? Another huge group of players to be looking for in tonight's game would be the safety core, that of Trevin Talbot and Riker Kirkham, number 22 and number 1. Skyview's offense is going to be throwing the ball all night. The defense is going to be dependent on the performance from the safeties. And as the refs bring the football out to the middle of the field, the Rigby Trojans prepare to receive the ball to start this game. Kicker for the Post Fall Trojans, Alexander Luna. Rigby Trojans Week 2 football against the Post Fall Trojans. Ready to get going here. Post Falls kicking to Rigby. Rigby will catch it about the 11-yard line. The returns past the 30 and down to the 35-yard line. A great return for the Rigby Trojans starting tonight off in great field position. Now as the Rigby Trojans come out onto the field for offense, I'd like to quickly talk about a great opportunity I got over the week to talk to offensive coordinator Coach Aaron Flowers. We're going to have a lot of cool information and also going to talk about that at halftime. But we're ready to go. 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Adolfo in the shotgun with Zeke Falavai behind him. The hard count by Rigby is going to get the encroachment call. An immediate 5 yards for the Rigby Trojans to start today. Speaking of that opportunity, I got to talk to Coach Flowers this week. A big part of Rigby's offense is using their discipline. They're going to make this Post Falls front really wait. A lot of hard counts this game. Now 2nd and 5. Adolfo hands out off to Falavai up the middle. He's going to miss a defender and then fight up to the 46-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 10 now for the Rigby Trojans. First and 10 now for the Rigby Trojans. Falavai motions out right. The quick pass to Falavai. He's going to trip. He's still up. He keeps running, breaks a tackle. And Falavai will bring that up to their opponent's 34-yard line. Falavai able to stay on his feet there, break a tackle, and get another Rigby Trojans first down. Rigby Trojans now 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. Trips out right for the Trojans. Freeman, number 14, all alone out left. Single coverage on Freeman. Adolfo fires. Freeman juggling in the end zone. Not able to bring that one down for the early touchdown. Now that's exactly what we were talking about early in today's game. The Trojans are not going to be scared to take a lot of attempts deep. If Post Falls is going to give them these one-on-one looks, they trust their quarterback Adolfo and their playmakers, their receivers and tight ends, to go deep and go fight for that ball. Very close play there from Taylor Freeman. A great throw from number 19, Tiger Adolfo. But now it'll be 2nd and 10 from their opponent's 34-yard line. Adolfo looks right, looks left. Adolfo moving around, rolling right. He's going to take off up the field. About 8 yards for Adolfo on that scramble. Looks like they're going to mark that down at about the 27-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 3 now from their opponent's 27-yard line. Now let's see what the Trojans can do on third down. Excellent last week, converting a lot of third and long situations, really being a difference maker in that game. Falavai behind Adolfo in the shotgun. Falavai with a small motion. Fired by Adolfo. Completed. And they're going to say incomplete on that one. On the pass to Nikita and Foster. Going to be 4th and 3, and the Trojans are going to go for it early in this game. Adolfo getting the play from offensive coordinator Aaron Flowers there on the sidelines. 5 wide from the Trojans on 4th down. Trips out left. Tiger looks left, fires, complete to Coleman Lords, number 4, for the first down. The Trojans bring that one up to the 20-yard line. The Trojans looking good on this first drive. A little hiccup there on 3rd down, but able to get it right back. Rigby now in the red zone here. Adolfo under center. Falavai in the backfield. The hard count from Rigby. The handoff to Falavai. Makes a cut. Makes a second cut. Is able to fight for about 6 yards on 1st down. Number 6, Zeke Falavai, expected to make a big impact in today's game. That brings up 2nd and 4 now from their opponent's 14-yard line. McCullough now in for Falavai, number 32, the junior. Single receiver outright. That's Sam Coons. Adolfo takes the snap. The handoff to McCullough outright, off tackle. McCullough's got room. McCullough is in the end zone. Lucas McCullough, number 32, with the touchdown. Rigby with the 6-0 lead in the first quarter, and there are the fireworks here at Rigby High School. A sound we love to hear. Rigby will go for the extra point off the foot of Forrest. Going to be off to the right from Forrest Uminski. They're going to call that one good. Looks like it hooked right inside that right post. So it'll be 7-0 lead for the Rigby Trojans here with 9 minutes and 50 seconds on the clock. A very quick drive from the Rigby Trojans, all hinging on that bold 4th and 3 call. Now Rigby Trojans going to be kicking off here. Forrest Uminski, the left-footed kicker, doing all the kicking for Rigby this year, a senior and also a star player on the Rigby soccer team. Trojans up 7-0 early in the first quarter. Now time to get a look at that Rigby Trojans defense. Had a little bit of a slow start last week, but looking to have a quick start here. The Rigby fans letting their team know that we love them here as we're ready to kick off. It's a good kick. Looks like it's going to be returned by the Post Falls Trojans. A drop. And Riker Kirkham with the attempt on the tackle. Going to slow down the receiver. And the Trojans are going to take him down on the 16-yard line. Riker Kirkham barely missing the tackle there. Number 22, the strong safety for the Rigby Trojans. So the Post Falls offense will come out with 1st and 10 from the 16, led by quarterback number 2, the senior Jackson Anderson. Got a solo receiver outright for the Post Falls Trojans. Motion across for the Trojans. And going to be an encroachment call. That's going to be on Damian Walker. They're going to call that false start on that one. Looks like Rigby maybe got a little bit of a break there. They're going to move the Trojans back. A rough start for the Post Falls Trojans. Now it'll be 1st and 15 from their own 11-yard line. Falavai got solo coverage outright. Sullivan in the backfield. Jackson Anderson in the shotgun here. Trips out left. The handoff up the middle. Going to go off the left tackle. Stopped in the backfield. The tackle for loss going to number 8. A leader on this team, Hunter Neild, who made his presence known last week. Had about 3 tackles for losses. A great game from Hunter Neild, looking to repeat that performance. It'll now be 2nd and 14 from their 12-yard line. Post Falls with Anderson in the shotgun. Sullivan in the backfield. Anderson immediately rolls right. Looks like it's a keep right. Rigby able to contain that very well. Looks like a 3-yard gain there for Post Falls. This will bring up the first 3rd down, and definitely not a short one for the Trojans. I got to talk to one of the safeties on the Rigby Trojans this week, number 22, Riker Kirkham, who told me a very big part of their game plan this week is stopping the 3rd and long conversions. We'll see what they can do on this first attempt. Trips out left for Post Falls. Anderson in the shotgun. Rigby making adjustments on the line. Anderson drops back, looks left, rolls left, the pressure's on him. Able to evade and fire. Complete on the right side and pushed out of bounds. That's Zabe Falavai on the tackle. A lot of pressure from the front 7 of this Rigby Trojans team. This is what to expect from the Rigby Trojans defense. Got a lot of big players on that front line. They're going to cause a lot of disruption all night. Looked like Damian Walker, number 55, was the one to get in the backfield there. 4th and 4 here. Looks like Post Falls is electing to punt here to Zabe Falavai. Great punt by Post Falls. Falavai going to take it out. One stiff arm, but a great tackle by Post Falls. Almost able to break that one, but the Rigby Trojans offense ready to get back to work here. A 3 and out for the Post Falls Trojans starting tonight. Now let's see if the Rigby Trojans can keep up the momentum from that first drive. It'll be 1st and 10 now from their own 36-yard line. Solo outright. It'll be Falavai about 10 yards behind Adolfo, who's under center here. Motion from Coleman Lords. Across. It'll be a fake sweep and a handoff to Falavai up the middle. A lot of room. Going to be about a 6-yard carry on that first down from Falavai. Looks like that fake jet sweep. Fake handoff to number 4, Coleman Lords, the senior receiver, caused a lot of chaos in the box for the Post Falls Trojans. It'll be Adolfo in the shotgun here with Falavai in the backfield. Adolfo takes the snap. He looks left, fires. It'll be dropped by number 14, Taylor Freeman. A great pass by Adolfo. Maybe he was a little low. Good coverage there on that slant route from Post Falls. Lucas McCullough, the junior running back, number 32, coming into the game. Looks like it'll be a 2 running back set here for the Trojans on this 3rd and 5 attempt. 2 backs in the backfield here next to Tiger Adolfo, who's in the shotgun. McCullough motions out left. Looking deep, fires, complete. Number 14, Taylor Freeman. Took about 3 guys to take him down there. A great pass and a great completion from the Rigby Trojans. That'll bring up a 1st and 10 now for the Rigby Trojans from their own 47-yard line, right about at the midfield marker. trying to keep this momentum going. A great drive so far. Got a solo matchup out left. Taylor Freeman, the hard count from Rigby. He's not going to get anything. Option out right. Adolfo fakes. Cuts once. Cuts twice. He's running. Makes a move. Adolfo to the 40, to the 30, and out of bounds. A great run by the senior quarterback, number 19, Tiger Adolfo, making the defense miss. Broke about 3 tackles there on that play. A great run from Adolfo after the fake option. Made the outside linebacker bait out. But now we've got 1st and 10 from their opponent's 30 after that chunk play. Trips out right for the Trojans. The roll from Adolfo out right. Fires deep to number 4, Lords. Complete and into the end zone. The Rigby Trojans with another touchdown. Number 4, the senior receiver, Coleman Lords. There go those fireworks once again here in Rigby, Idaho, as the Rigby Trojans go up 13-0. Great play by Tiger Adolfo to roll out right and sling that one on the run. A very accurate pass. Lords able to catch that ball and then make the dive for the pylon. Uminski for the kick. Gonna be just about right down the uprights there. Trojans go up 14-0 in this first quarter. 7 minutes on the clock. Rigby Trojans offense really taking advantage of these one-on-one matchups on the outside. Definitely one thing that Coach Flowers said he was going to emphasize in this week's game plan. Take advantage of those one-on-one matchups. These Rigby Trojans have a lot of weapons on their roster. They've got Con Danzy, number 87. They've got Zeke Falavai, number 6. Taylor Freeman, number 14. Coleman Lords, like on that last play, number 4. And that's just to list a few. The weapons go so far for these Rigby Trojans team. When it comes to their offense, it is very, very deep, very hard to build a coverage against this Rigby Trojans team. And the Post Falls Trojans electing to go for a lot of cover 1 and cover 3 looks, which means a lot of one-on-one coverage. That's what they're exploiting so far in today's game, and it's going really well. Looking to see if Post Falls can maybe adjust to start to correct for some of those errors. But for now, we're going to get to see that Rigby defense come back out after forcing a 3 and out, and also almost forcing a fumble and turnover on the last kickoff. So let's see if Post Falls can maybe clean it up. Uminski on to kick. It's a great kick, gonna be caught around the 10-yard line. Post Falls is taking it, gonna go right up the middle. Breaks 1 tackle, gonna be brought down by the Rigby Trojans. It's number 6, Zeke Falavai. It'll be 1st and 10 now for the Rigby Trojans from their own 30-yard line. Or for the Post Fall Trojans. Anderson in the shotgun, a motion across for Post Falls. The quick handoff. Walker getting a hand on him back there, and Rigby able to swarm to that one. Looks like it'll be a 2-yard gain on 1st down. They're going to mark that at the 33, so 2nd and 7 now for Post Falls. In the hurry up here. Sullivan in the backfield. Some adjustments on the line for Post Falls. Anderson making some calls, changing it up. Anderson takes the snap. The handoff to Sullivan right. And the Rigby defense swarms to that one quickly. A minimal gain at best, maybe a yard or a yard and a half. Will be another 3rd and long for the Post Fall Trojans. Rigby looking to force their 2nd 3 and out of this game. So it'll be 3rd and 6 now from their own 34-yard line. Anderson in the shotgun, takes the snap. The quick handoff to Sullivan. Sullivan breaks 1. And then the Rigby Trojans defense is going to be able to build a little bit of a wall there. Hard to run through that front seven of the Rigby Trojans. That'll bring up 4th down now. About a 4th and 1. Now an interesting call coming here from Post Falls, already down 14-0. Kind of a spot where you have to go for it. From their own 39-yard line. A little bit of confusion on the sideline from the Rigby Trojans. That's going to lead to them calling a timeout. A little bit of adjustments going to be made by Coach Armando Gonzalez there and Coach Talbot, the defensive coordinator. Five minutes and 11 seconds here left in the first quarter of play. We're here at beautiful Rigby, Idaho, at Rigby High School's football stadium for some Friday Night Lights football. It's currently 14-0. The Rigby Trojans leading the Post Falls Trojans. Post Falls facing a 4th and 1 here from their own 39-yard line. With how on fire the Rigby Trojans offense is, it seems like Post Falls just about has to go for it here, even though they're in their own territory. But 4th and 1, a lot of ways to convert here. Rigby switching personnel before this play. Going to more of a run defense. They're playing a lot of dime packages this week with the heavy front from Rigby. Safety's playing about 7 yards off the ball. The hard count fails as Rigby stays still on the line. The student section going crazy here in Rigby, Idaho, as Anderson takes the snap and rolls right immediately. Contained by Talbot, not able to get there. Anderson has the first and more. About 12 yards on that play. Looks like Rigby just couldn't seal the edge there. A great effort by number 1, the senior safety, Trevin Talbot. Not able to get a hand on him. It'll now be 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line here. Trips out left. Anderson takes a snap, immediately hands off to Sullivan. It's stopped in the backfield. Number 55, the senior Damian Walker. Grabbing him and pulling him backwards. Damian with the tackle for loss there. Already making his presence known in this game. Causing a lot of pressure. It'll be 2nd and 11 now for the Post Falls Trojans. Trips out left. Sullivan alone in the backfield. Anderson takes the snap, drops back, looks left, fires deep. Trevin Talbot with the interception. The senior safety, number 1, picking that ball off on the deep attempt from Jackson Anderson. Those are the players that we talked about early, making a big difference in today's game. Number 1, Trevin Talbot, and number 22, Riker Kirkham. Tonight's success for the defense is mainly going to come down to them already making their presence felt. A great play and a great read by number 1, Trevin Talbot, to get the interception. It'll now be 1st and 10 for the Rigby Trojans offense, again from their own 29-yard line. Already up 14-0 today and absolutely clicking on all cylinders. Falavai will be about 10 yards behind. Tiger Adolfo under center. The hard count from Rigby's not going to work. Adolfo, play action, looks for the comeback. It's caught. Dropped by number 13, Nikitan Foster, the senior receiver. Coach Gonzalez on the sideline obviously not very happy about that one. It'll be a 2nd and 10 now from their own 29. A bit of a mental error there from number 13. But a great toss by number 19, Tiger Adolfo. Adolfo will now be alone in the shotgun. The RPO, Adolfo will give. Falavai stays on his feet through the contact and is able to fight for an extra 6 or 7 yards. Looked like Zeke Falavai, number 6, the senior, was all but done on that run, but was able to stay on his feet, reminiscent of some older running backs like Jim Brown of the 1950s from the Cleveland Browns. Able to be tough running. It'll be 3rd and 1 now for the Rigby Trojans. Adolfo with a quarterback sneak up the middle. Looks like he did get the first down there. About a 2-yard carry from number 19, Adolfo. Another first down for the Rigby Trojans, and they are going to stay on fire here from their own 40-yard line now. A little bit of a package change for the Rigby Trojans, making a lot of substitutions there. Will be trips out left for the Rigby Trojans. Falavai in the backfield and Tiger Adolfo in the shotgun. Adolfo takes the snap. The play action. He rolls left, fires, complete. That's Taylor Freeman on the receiving end of that one. Number 14, one of the leaders of this team. Looks like Sam Coons on that reception. And they're going to call that an incompletion. Actually, it looks like he might have dropped that one after the contact. So that'll be a 2nd and 10 now from their own 40. The hard count's not going to work. Adolfo drops the snap, then fires. Complete. Number 87, Con Danzy. After the completion for 9 yards, it'll be 3rd and 1 now from right around midfield, the 49 on Rigby's side. Rigby looking to stay perfect. Adolfo in the shotgun, takes the snap, rolls right, fires, dump to Con Danzy, who's gonna fight for about 4 yards. The first down on the dump pass to tight end number 87, senior Con Danzy. That'll bring up another Rigby Trojans first down from their opponent's 47-yard line. First and 10 now for the Trojans. Number 14, Taylor Freeman on the close side of the field, all alone in press coverage. The motion for the Trojans. Adolfo takes the play action, looks deep, fires across the middle. Coleman Lawrence, number 4, get past one, gonna make a move. And it's gonna take about 3 post-fall Trojans to finally bring him down. A great route from number 4, Coleman Lawrence, and a great pass from number 19, Adolfo. It'll be a first down now for the Rigby Trojans from their opponent's 24-yard line. Looking to be 21-0 after this drive. The Rigby Trojans can finish another drive like they have earlier in this game. Got a 1st and 10, about 5 yards out of the red zone here. Lucas McCullough, number 32, the junior, now in. Rigby's got trips out left, and Freeman all alone on the right. Looking to pass here, maybe on first down. Adolfo takes the snap. McCullough goes out right. The quick screen to the receiver, Coleman Lawrence, number 4, makes a move, stays on his feet, and gets to the 10-yard line. Number 4, Coleman Lawrence, the senior receiver, with another great play. Rigby in the hurry-up offense here, trying to capitalize on the momentum they have. 1st and 10 now from the 10. The handoff to McCullough. Off the right tackle. Keeps running. Makes a move. Fights for the end zone. And he is in. Lucas McCullough, number 32, the junior, with his 2nd touchdown of the game for the Rigby Trojans. I got a chance to talk to the junior, number 32, Lucas McCullough, before this game. While he was warming up with the offense, I got the opportunity to go on field and talk to him, and he told me that tonight was going to be his night. Had a lot of showing potential in last week's game on Friday against Skyview, but really is showing up tonight, making a lot of great plays. And we're expecting to see Lucas McCullough go off all night. While we were talking there, Forrest Uminski with his 3rd good PAT of the game. Perfect on the season so far, not missing a PAT yet. The Trojans now up 21-0 here in the first quarter. 1 minute and 17 seconds left on the clock. We're going to get another chance to see if the Rigby Trojans can keep shutting out Post Falls after that interception on the last drive from Post Falls. Some new personnel going out for the kickoff. I can see number 22, the senior strong safety, Riker Kirkham, is off the field. He's usually in this crew. Putting in some younger players, get them some experience on kickoff here. Uminski to kick off. The Rigby Trojans student section getting going here, ready for another Rigby Trojans kickoff. Uminski with a great kick to the corner, and it's going to be just a little bit too far off to the right. That'll be a penalty on the Trojans. So the Post Falls Trojans will start this drive from their own 35-yard line, looking to turn the tides in a big way in today's game. 21-0, a daunting score, but not quite out of this one yet. If they can turn it around here, maybe look at a 21-7 game after this drive and maybe get some of that momentum back, they could have a chance. But this is a really crucial drive. Almost seems like they're going to be going for it on fourth down no matter what here. They really need the momentum. Anderson looking to turn around his day after an interception on the last drive. Anderson with the play action, rolls out right, fires, complete on the far side of the field. They will call that a catch, and that'll be a first down for the Post Falls Trojans. That'll be 1st and 10 now from their own 46-yard line. Hurry up offense from Post Falls. Anderson takes the snap. A handoff to Sullivan. Off tackle to the left. A flag on the play. About a 3-yard gain there, but let's see what this flag is for. This could be coming back. Looks like the ref are talking this one through. It's going to be a holding call on Post Falls, so that 1st-yard gain of 3 is going to come right on back. Now that could really take away a lot of momentum that they had from that first play. But it'll be a 1st and 20 now, right from where they started this drive, their own 35-yard line. They're going to mark that the 36-yard line. Trips out left for the Post Falls Trojans, trying to make up some yardage here on this 1st and 20. Anderson drops back, fires, complete in the flats to number 11. That's Tanner Sessions, the senior. Gonna be a 6-yard gain on that play, setting up a 2nd and 14 now for the Post Falls Trojans from their own 41-yard line. 30 seconds on the clock here in the 1st quarter. Anderson takes the snap. The handoff up the middle. Breaks one tackle. Outright. Keeps going. Breaks the contain. He's got yards. And finally out of bounds over on their opponent's 35-yard line. That run from number 47, Gentry Smith. Smith, a junior, so the junior running backs really making their presence known tonight. First, Lucas McCullough, and now Gentry Smith from Post Falls. The hard count from Post Falls in that hurry-up offense is going to get the encroachment penalty. So scratch the 1st and 10. It's going to be a 1st and 5 now for Post Falls. A lot of momentum on this drive, really turning it around today. So now from their opponent's 32-yard line, looking to start chipping away at that deficit. Anderson in the shotgun with number 47, Smith, behind him. Another timeout taken by Rigby. 2nd timeout used in this 1st quarter of play. Looks like Gonzalez didn't like something he saw there, or maybe this is just to take away some of that momentum from the Post Falls Trojans, really mounting a lot of momentum here, possibly turning around the tides of this game. But we saw this last week. We saw when the Skyview Bobcats got hot, the coaches would meet with their team, meet with their defense, and it would turn around how the defense was playing. We saw this last week, for example, when the first drive of the game was an easy touchdown score for the Skyview Bobcats. But after one film session on the bench from the Rigby Trojans coaches, they were absolutely locking down the Bobcats from that moment on, shutting them out for the next 3.5 quarters. So maybe this could be another stroke of genius from the coaching staff on the Rigby sideline. 16.1 seconds left on the clock. Trojans up 21-0, and the post-fall Trojans come out for this 1st and 5 attempt from their opponent's 32. The quick handoff. And it's going to be brought back by Damian Walker. Got behind the back there and stopped him from moving any further on that play. It'll now be 2nd and 4 from their opponent's 32, and that will be the end of the first quarter. A great quarter from Rigby, an offensive explosion, and some lockdown, up-front physical football from the defense. Now, we saw in that first quarter with the interception from Trevin Talbot just how great this Rigby secondary is. And if we take a quick flashback to the summer this year, we can look at how the Rigby Trojans 7-on-7 team gained major national recognition after winning pretty much the largest 7-on-7 tournament in the state of Utah, defeating all of the top teams, going undefeated in that weekend, and really putting the Rigby name on the map when it comes to 7-on-7 and when it just comes to high school football. So we know they've got the great passing game, we know they've got the great secondary, and in this game, we have definitely seen both. So the Trojans defense flipping the field to now be defending the south side of the field. Trojans up 21-0 going into our second quarter of play. 12 minutes back on the clock. Post Falls will start 2nd and 4 here from their opponent's 31-yard line. A motion for Post Falls. The quick handoff to Sullivan. Stuffed on the line by the Trojans. Post Falls facing a 3rd and 4 now from their opponent's 31-yard line. From only 4 yards out, looks like Post Falls will for sure be going for the 4th here, so let's see if they can get just a few yards. The fire over the middle, it's tipped. Almost an interception for the Rigby Trojans. Out of the hands of number 11, Tanner Sessions, the senior receiver for the Post Falls Trojans. He will now leave the field. Rigby almost with their 2nd interception of the game. Now a 4th and 4 from their opponent's 31-yard line for the Post Falls Trojans, and they will elect to go for it here. 5 wide here, trips out right. Anderson alone in the backfield. The Rigby student section letting their boys know. Jackson Anderson takes the snap, looks left. The pressure on him, he rolls right. On the run, fires, intercepted. That's number 3, Zabe Falavai, the little brother of running back number 6, Zeke Falavai, with the interception. The 2nd interception of the game for the Rigby Trojans secondary. Once again, going right back to that 7-on-7 prowess. Their secondary is not one to mess with, but especially when they get pressure like they did on that last play. Once again, we see number 55, Damian Walker, getting in that backfield, not giving Jackson Anderson of the Post Fall Trojans any time to make a decision. Forcing ill-advised throws on the run, and that's what happens when you have a great front 7, especially in high school football. So after the turnover, it's going to be 1st and 10 from their own 16-yard line. A bunched formation from the Rigby Trojans. Going to be a penalty on that one. Looks like a little bit of confusion from the Rigby Trojans. Players running on and off the field. It'll be delay of game on the Rigby Trojans. Looks like they only had 10 players on the field there. Had to get another receiver out in that set. But it'll be a 5-yard penalty on the Rigby Trojans, bringing up a 1st and 15 now from their own 11. Deep in their own territory. Let's see how the Rigby Trojans can operate now. They'll have trips out right. Falavai in the backfield with Adolfo. Adolfo takes the snap, looks right, steps up in the pocket. The pressure on, gets rid of it. Will be a completion. An absolutely dazzling play by Tiger Adolfo to stay up, and then as he's going down, to fire an absolute bullet on the money. They're going to call it an incompletion after that one. So it'll be 2nd and 15, but even to save the sack there, still a great play. Trips out right again for the Trojans. Drops back. The flea flicker. Gonna break a tackle. Zeke Falavai, number 6. Fights for about 6 yards. It'll be 3rd and 8 now from their own 18-yard line. Lucas McCullough and Zeke Falalai in the backfield. McCullough, remember, with 2 touchdowns already in tonight's game. He motions out right. Play action. Adolfo fires, and off the hands of number 14, Taylor Freeman, the senior receiver for the Rigby Trojans. Looks like Adolfo put just a little bit too much mustard on that one. Fired an absolute bullet there. That'll be a 4th and 8 now for the Rigby Trojans, and it looks like for the first time tonight, the Trojans will punt this one away. No, the offense is going to come. So they're going to punt it here from their own 18. The snap's going to hit one of the up men. And Post Falls going to swarm to that one immediately. I think something was on there, but the snap was dropped. It did seem a little tricky from Rigby to have Adolfo punting the ball. I don't believe Adolfo punts. Looks like there's an injured player on the field for Post Falls. Player injured for the Post Fall Trojans. Looks like that's number 73. Sean St. George, the senior defensive tackle for the Post Fall Trojans. Looks like he's on his feet. Always great to see the players able to walk off the field, needing assistance. Definitely a tough break to see in his senior season. But that'll bring up a 1st and 10 now for the Post Fall Trojans in a great spot here after the turnover on downs. Post Falls will be coming up with a 1-10 here from their opponent's 18-yard line. Trips out left for the Post Fall Trojans. Anderson takes the snap, fires. Completed across the middle. Gonna be to the 10-yard line. Will bring up a 2nd and 3 from their opponent's 11-yard line. Post Falls well within the red zone now with a great chance here. Anderson takes a snap. It's a low snap. Hands it off. Left side, Smith. A great run, breaking a few tackles. Going to bring that one inside the 5-yard line. So now Post Falls will have a 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. Post Falls with a heavy set tight end in the backfield. 2 receivers out left. Let's see if Rigby can have a goal line stand here. Anderson takes a snap, rolls right, going for that quarterback run out right again. And Anderson will take that one into the end zone. Post Falls with the touchdown, bringing the score to 21-6 now. Post Falls really turning this game around here on both sides of the ball. The defense starting to shut them down, and the offense getting going. So now the offensive lineman, Alexander Luna, number 60, the senior, will be kicking the extra point for Post Falls. And that one's going to creep over the upright and be good. It'll be a 21-7 game with 9.5 minutes left in this first half of play. Rigby losing a bit of that steam they had in the first quarter, and Post Falls starting to get a little bit of momentum building for them. Now let's see what adjustments the Rigby offense can make in today's game. On that last drive, it just seemed like they were a little bit off on every single play, whether it be the snaps, whether it be the throws, or some of the catches. It seems like there was just tiny mistakes happening that were causing the offense to not be able to function as well as they could. But I'm sure we're going to see some adjustments. I know that entire last drive from Post Falls, the Rigby offense has been sitting on the sideline checking out what happened on that last drive. And now for the first time in today's contest, the Rigby Trojans will be receiving a kickoff. Post Falls ready to kick this one away. Trojans still up by 14 here in the first half of play. Here's the kick from Post Falls. It's a bit of a squib. It's going to drop around the 25-yard line. Going to be picked up by Zabe Falavai, who's going to run across the field, make a cut through the middle, and be brought down right around the 26-yard line. So Rigby's offense will come out to start again from their own 26-yard line here for 1st and 10. Adolfo in the shotgun. Falavai, number 6, the senior, next to him. Looks like bunch trips out left for the Trojans. Adolfo with the quick handoff to Falavai, cuts left, breaks one tackle, makes a move, keeps running. Number 6, Zeke Falavai. Looks like he's going to get right up to the first down marker, but it's going to be 2nd down after a 9-yard run. So 2nd and 1 here from their opponent, or from their own 35-yard line. Trips out right, spread out now on the right side of the field. Adolfo in the shotgun. Adolfo takes the snap, the RPO. He's gonna keep it himself, and Adolfo will make about 3 moves on that play, get down. That's a 1st down for the Rigby Trojans. Last week, Adolfo really didn't have to use his legs that much in the performance unless he was rolling out of the pocket. But tonight, Adolfo's showing that not only his arm is what makes him so great, it's also his legs and his instincts. He's able to move around in that pocket and make big plays when they need them. Nothing hurts a defense more when they lock down the receivers, but the quarterback slips away for a huge gain. So now 1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line. The play action, Adolfo looks deep, gonna move. Rolls out left. Looks like he's going to take this one down and run. The quick move. Absolutely disgusting move from Tiger Adolfo. Adolfo right there showing just how dangerous he is with the ball in his hands. making a beautiful move there. It'll be a 1st and 10 now, once again for the Rigby Trojans. From their opponent's 47-yard line now, Adolfo takes the snap, the quick handoff to Falavai, who's got room, keeps fighting, and Falavai will have a 1st down. Another 1st down for the Rigby Trojans. Their offense has refound that dominance from earlier in today's game. They are cooking. The offensive line firing out and moving the ball so much every single play. Looks like the outside linebacker on Post Falls was able to stand up number 6 Falavai there, not giving him very much room. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 9 after the 1-yard gain from Falavai. It'll be from their own 34-yard line. Adolfo takes the snap. The handoff to McCullough. McCullough makes one move and then is met by a wall of Post Falls defenders. Gonna be a modest gain there on 2nd down. Gonna bring up about a 3rd down and medium. It'll be a 3rd and 5 from their opponent's 30-yard line. Now you can see Freeman on the far side of the field sprinting out there. He's got single coverage. Safeties rolling to the middle. It's one-on-one coverage outright. Adolfo takes the snap, hands it off up the middle to McCullough. McCullough makes one move and is able to bring that one to right around the 25-yard line. This is going to be very close, just depending on the spot of the football, and they are going to give them the 1st down here. So it'll be 1st and 10 now for the Rigby Trojans from their opponent's 25-yard line. First and 10 once again for the Rigby Trojans. Adolfo in the shotgun. The hard count by Rigby. Adolfo takes the snap, immediately rolls right, fires, tipped by number 8 from Post Falls, Devin Myers, the linebacker. Very close to disaster there on this great drive from the Rigby Trojans. Able to get away with that one. Looks like Rigby's starting to use a lot of Adolfo's speed and maneuverability for their offensive attack. Huge changes happening from Rigby. Receivers running all over the formation, but it looks like they're going to settle on a 5-wide set with Adolfo in the shotgun. Adolfo takes the snap, looks right, pump fake, fires over the middle, just a little bit too far led on that pass to number 4, Coleman Lords. Fired that one a little bit too far off to the left. But that'll bring up a 1st and 10 now, or a 3rd and 10 now from their opponent's 25-yard line. Rigby 2 incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, looking to try to maybe capitalize on a big 3rd and long opportunity here. Adolfo takes the snap, drops back, looks left, pump fakes, makes a move, breaks a tackle, running forward, fires for the end zone. It is caught in the end zone. An absolutely remarkable catch. Another Rigby Trojans touchdown. A great move by Tiger Adolfo to shift around in the pocket, break a tackle, and then fire an absolute dime in the end zone. Sam Coons on that completion there. That puts the Trojans up 27-7. Forrest Uminski trying to stay perfect on the year for extra point attempts. And he does. That one splits the uprights. Very powerful kick there. And the Trojans go up 28-7 with 6 minutes and 18 seconds left on the clock in this first half of play. Rigby Trojans offense definitely getting their fire back there on that possession. Some errors, some mistakes, but definitely staying on what they can do. And you also love to see the confidence from quarterback number 19, Tiger Adolfo, on 3rd and 10, not settling to just go for the 1st down. He went for it all and they get the touchdown on that play, putting it in a very tight window and delivering perfectly. A lot of team safeties and linebackers prioritize the first down marker on 3rd and long plays. But when you are facing a team like Rigby that can throw deep on 3rd and long with absolute confidence, it really makes it tough for a defense like this to stop them. Uminski to kick here. Trojans up 28-7. A lot of moves by Post Falls, getting a lot of yards. Wide open up the middle on that return. Gonna bring that up to the 37-yard line. Make sure to stick around after the final whistle tonight, as I've got an opportunity to have an exclusive conversation after the game with Coach Armando Gonzalez. He's going to make his way up off the sidelines, up to the press box after tonight's final whistle, and we're going to get to talk about many different things, including how tonight's game went, but also how the future of this team's season is looking. Possible aspirations of winning another state championship like back in 2019. I've got all the great questions for Coach Gonzalez after the game, so make sure to stick around for that. But we go back to the action after that 4-yard run on first down. It's a 2nd and 6 from their own 41-yard line for the Post Falls Trojans. Anderson takes the snap. The quick handoff to Sullivan. Great fill by number 22 safety Riker Kirkham. The senior with the tackle there right about on the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard for the Post Fall Trojans. Kirkham definitely a leader on this Rigby Trojans team. I got to speak with him earlier today, and he made sure to emphasize how great their secondary is going to play today. Very confident going into tonight's game. And as we talk about that, there will be a penalty on the field. I believe that's on Rigby for encroachment. Looks like one of the linemen on Rigby jumped. So instead of a 3rd and 5, it's going to be a first down there. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Post Fall Trojans now from their own 47-yard line, right about at midfield. First and 10 now. A motion across for number 18 of Post Falls. Rigby shifting, and the handoff is stuffed in the backfield. Number 47, Gentry Smith of Post Falls, not having any room to run there. Now on that play, you might have caught how after the motion, Rigby Trojans completely switched their defense. Now I got an opportunity before tonight's game to sit in on the pregame walkthrough of the defense for the Rigby Trojans, and that was one thing that they really talked about in that pregame. They went and talked about how they're going to shift if there's different momentum from the Post Fall Trojans, and we saw that perfectly in action. It led to the run being absolutely stuffed. Now while we're talking about that, Jackson Anderson with an absolute bullet over on the far side of the field. That's going to be complete for Post Falls. It'll be a fresh set of downs now for the Rigby Trojans. 1st and 10 from the other side of midfield now. The 43-yard line. Anderson making some adjustments on the line. Talking to his receivers here. Receivers signaling back. Anderson takes the snap. It's low. The quick play action rolls right. A lot of pressure on him. Fredrickson crashing in. Number 11, Logan Fredrickson, able to force the throwaway from Jackson Anderson, number 2. Once again, there's that pressure from the Rigby Trojans front. Anderson definitely not able to take any of these plays easy. Under a lot of pressure every single time he snaps that ball. 2nd and 10 now after the throwaway. The quick handoff up the middle. A lot of momentum going into the line of scrimmage there for Sullivan, but able to be stopped by the Rigby Trojans right about on the line of scrimmage. Going to be a 1-yard gain. So now it'll be a 3rd and 9, another 3rd down and long opportunity for the post-fall Trojans from their opponent's 42-yard line. Rigby making adjustments on the line. Anderson making adjustments of his own in response. And Gonzalez does not like what he sees there. And so he's going to call a timeout. They're going to bring the Trojans offense into the huddle and make some adjustments. Coach Talbot and Coach Gonzalez both looking like there was something very wrong on that defensive look. Looking around the league for some scores and records. Coeur d'Alene 0-1 after week 1 after falling to the Lehigh Pioneers. Rocky Mountain Grizzlies 1-0 after a close win 12-7 over the Highland Rams. Mountain View is 1-0 after a nail-biter against Meridian over in Boise. That one ended 14-13, so a very good game. And finally, the Eagle Mustangs are 1-0 after a 35-33 win over Bishop Kelly High School. So a lot of nail-biters, a lot of close games for Rigby's competitors. Not for Rigby, though. Rigby taking on a very good team last week and absolutely shutting them down. Looks like the story's going to be no different this week if they can keep it up. 3rd and 9. Post Falls got trips out right. Anderson forced out right. About 4 rushers on Anderson. Can he find a way? Gets around left, pulls it down. Makes a move and then trucks a Rigby defender. Not going to be able to get the first down, but definitely saved that play. That could have been a lot worse there. Just about every single rushing Rigby player was in the backfield there immediately. And they will go for it here, 4th and 3 from their opponent's 36-yard line. The Rigby fans letting their guys know that they love them. Rigby, Idaho loves team number 112. Anderson takes the snap, runs up the middle, and a huge hit in the middle of the field. And they're going to give them the first down call. Looks like he barely crawled over the first down line there. They're going to move the chains, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. That first down definitely goes on the great 3rd down play from number 2, Jackson Anderson, scrambling with 4 Rigby defenders running after him. Some adjustments on the line. Post Falls really making a lot of adjustments. They're going to switch to a 5-wide shotgun look. Rigby making adjustments of their own. Looks like they're going man coverage with a single high. Anderson takes the snap, drops back, rolls, fires under pressure. Almost intercepted. Almost caught off the tip by Post Falls receiver. But a great play by, once again, those Rigby safeties. That was Trevin Talbot, number 1 on that play. And like we talked about early, Rigby very dominant on a national scale in 7-on-7. That's transferring from that summer ball into the fall high school real thing that matters. We're going for a state championship, and we can see that that's really going to help. This secondary is absolutely killer. The handoff out left. Breaking about 4 tackles is Sullivan, number 7. Sullivan running with a lot of momentum all night. And about the 3 yards it takes him to get to the line of scrimmage, he's building up a lot of speed, making it very hard to take him down. It'll now be a 3rd and 5 from the 27-yard line for the Post Falls Trojans. Post Falls looking to get back in this game. A touchdown here would go a long ways in doing that. A penalty on that one. The flag is on the field. That one will be against the Post Fall Trojans. Make it a 3rd and 10 here from the 32-yard line now. So a little bit harder for Post Falls to get in this one. Was looking at a 3rd and 5, really needed to convert it. But now they're forced to go for the 3rd and long attempt. We know Rigby is very good about stopping this. It comes down to that aggressive, awesome chaos that they create in the backfield and then the very lockdown secondary. Very hard to convert 3rd and long against the Rigby Trojans, but let's see if Anderson can lead them. Anderson rolls out, looks like an option. He's going to keep it himself. Option late. The ball's on the field. Picked up by Sullivan. So Post Falls is going to be able to recover, avoid the disastrous mistake, and give themselves an opportunity for a 4th and about 4. Anderson, very bold play there. They're going to call that a forward pass and say that it's just incomplete, so it'll just be a 4th and 10 now. Post Falls going to take a timeout, looking at the daunting task of trying to convert on a 4th and 10. Down 21 points, really need to convert here, really need to get in the end zone this possession. A minute and a half left on the clock for this first half of football. Make sure you stick around here for halftime, where we're going to talk about a great opportunity I got this week. I got about 12 minutes with Coach Aaron Flowers, the offensive coordinator, to talk about how this program runs. And now him and head coach Armando Gonzalez put together such an extraordinary program here at Rigby. Stick around for halftime. We're going to go over all of that after a great performance from the Rigby dance team. Looks like the Rigby defense is back on the field for this 4th and 10. Post Falls taking very long on this timeout, forced to come off the sidelines from the refs. Post Falls Trojans facing this 4th and 10. They really need to convert here. Rigby letting them hear it. Jackson takes the snap, is going to fight up the middle, makes a move, and is brought down by the Rigby Trojans defense, and that will be a turnover on downs. So the Rigby Trojans offense able to go back to work here. Very hot through the air right now. Adolfo, a little bit of mistakes on that last drive, but he's really bringing it back, especially on the last touchdown pass, going for it all and connecting with his receiver, Sam Coons, the senior. Let's see if this offense can stay as hot as it's been. Trojans got trips out right. Low snap to Adolfo, play action. Drops back, pump fake is going to take this one. The sack from behind, the ball's out. Recovered by Post Falls. A strip sack from Post Falls. Blindside on Tiger Adolfo. The ball's going to be spotted on the 32-yard line. 1st and 10, another offensive opportunity for Post Falls. After missing out on that 4th and 10 opportunity on the last drive, it seemed like they really needed to convert it going into half. And here they're going to get another opportunity with a minute and 9 seconds on the clock. Post Falls needs to convert here for at least a field goal, but they really need a touchdown to have a reasonable chance of winning tonight's ball game. Anderson takes the snap, looks right, fires deep. Some separation, but Anderson put that ball about 5 yards too deep, right on line, but not very accurate from the number 2 senior, Jackson Anderson of Post Falls. Rigby caught a little bit of a break there. Seemed like number 1, Dalton Wild, the senior wide receiver of Post Falls, had a lot of separation. But now 2nd and 10 from the 32-yard line. That play only ran 4 seconds, so plenty of time for Post Falls to operate. Sullivan with a quick handoff inside, breaks a few tackles, and then is brought down for a great gain on 2nd down. That's one thing that a lot of high school teams are striving to do on 2nd and 10. Not looking for the 1st down. They're looking to make a reasonable 3rd down. So that's why a lot of teams in 2nd and 10 aren't looking for big passes. They're looking for solid running plays. The clock running under 40 seconds now. Post Falls has two timeouts left in this half and really has got to get going. The clock's still running under 30 seconds now. Anderson still making adjustments on the line. Under 25 seconds. taking a lot of time. Anderson drops back, fires for the end zone. And it is off the hands in the back corner of the end zone. Number 1, Trevin Talbot, able to make it very hard for Post Falls receiver on that play to be confident going up for that ball. Trevin Talbot was in his face pretty much the entire time. Another great play by Talbot. He seems to have been in the right spot many, many times during tonight's contest. So the clock stops, and now it's going to be a 4th and 5, but Post Falls is not going for the first down here. They are going for at least the red zone, at least the 10-yard line with only 16 seconds left. They do have 2 timeouts, but they need something here. Anderson, the pressure collapsing across the middle. Anderson with the 3rd missed pass in a row. Not able to come up with any big accurate passes there, so it's going to lead to a turnover on downs. 11.9 seconds left on the clock. Rigby with a sizable lead. Looks like they're not going to go for any big shots here. We might see the victory formation from the Rigby Trojans. It does look like that is what's happening. Adolfo's going to go down to 1 knee. And there is the knee, and the Rigby Trojans are going to head into the locker room here at Rigby High School in beautiful Rigby, Idaho. We've got some awesome Friday Night Lights football here at Rigby High School's football stadium. The Trojans end the first half up 28-7 over the Post Fall Trojans. The Post Fall Trojans looking to take some of that momentum from early in the second quarter, talk about it at halftime, and bring that back on the field in the second half. If they don't, it looks like Rigby is going to run away with another game. Both the offense and the defense playing excellent in that first half. Definitely a lot more high-flying, great action from the Rigby High School football team after halftime. Make sure to stick around on halftime after this great dance performance, where I'm going to talk about this great conversation I had with Coach Aaron Flowers, the offensive coordinator. We'll get to that in a few minutes.
What if I told you could refinance again, even if you did 6 to 8 months ago? Well, rates are at a historic low, as low as 2.275, and homeowners are coming back to do it again. Take Brian, for instance. Brian refinanced in February 2020 at 3.75. 7 months later, we were able to get his rate down to 2.5%.
Wait, how'd you get in my house?
Shut up, Brian. While some homeowners are simply lowering their monthly payment, others are switching from a traditional 30-year mortgage to a 15-year and keeping virtually the same payment. For those of you with an FHA loan, a refinance can help you get rid of that dreadful private mortgage insurance. So if you're ready to refinance and walk away with a ton of cash, let's talk.
Our first performance tonight will be a dance team built of 5 to 8-year-olds, so definitely brave young ladies out there. Going to be awesome to see what they can show us here at Rigby High School in front of an entirely full crowd.
If $2 was money, there goes $1 million right there, ladies and gentlemen. Now we have the 9 to 13-year-olds. There goes another $1.5 million for cuteness, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if I have the cards right, the final performance will be the Rigby Troyettes as they get set to perform their palm routine. Give it up for the Rigby Troyettes, ladies and gentlemen. Now, parents, if you go down to the north end of the field,
A great performance from all of our Rigby dance teams, whether it's the girls that are still in elementary school or it's Rigby's very own Troyettes dance team. A great performance. We're going to go to a few commercials real quick, and then we'll be back for the halftime feature and then back for a great second half of Rigby football.
They make you feel like you're the most important patient, and they do that with everyone.
Susan and Phil are amazing.
Louder's the one that I would recommend. Yeah. They've just been wonderful.
They're just a family, and they just bring you right in.
They're so personable, and they're real, and not to mention they just do such a great job.
It's not about making money, it's not about them, it's about making sure your smile is good.
Just seeing his work is really good. The teeth are lined up, the bite is on, everything is spot on with him.
He just puts so much detail and passion into his work.
A lot of patients don't understand this, but I spend a lot of extra time on my computer through my lunch hours and the evenings tweaking treatment plans, and it gives me gratification knowing I've gone the extra mile for everybody.
Seriously, you could not ask for
a
better family.
The environment here is awesome. Everyone is friends. All the assistants are friends.
Everyone loves each other here. We're all family.
We have great assistants, great front desk people. They're just amazing. They truly care and love people.
I don't think I've ever met friendlier staff, ever.
Have loved my experience with the Louder team. They're amazing.
I love what I do. I'd do it all over again if I had to. I love medicine and art. You put the two together. Dentistry is a great combination of both. I love working with my hands. I love the process of organizing teeth and making them lined up well, and it just brings me great gratitude.
The Louders are just awesome to work with your schedule. That's my favorite thing is if something happens, they're just happy to work with it.
I really like it because they give you a lot of options too about like what makes you feel more comfortable with your teeth.
Oh, I would definitely recommend here. You get in and out and everyone's like super nice.
I think he's the best, absolutely.
For hopes and dreams and opportunities that keep rising. For every good thing that grows and moments that take your breath away. For all the reasons you love Idaho, Zions Bank is for you.
Gilroy LLC, the name you have trusted in gravel and concrete, is now Avail Valley Construction. Avail Valley tackles large or small construction jobs as your best source for gravel, excavation, concrete, asphalt, and water and sewer utility work. They'll do the job right at the right price. Visit availvalley.com or call 307-885-0600. Book your consultation today and let Avail Valley Construction give your next project a
Your source for quality asphalt paving in Star Valley is Avail Valley Construction. They specialize in residential and commercial driveways and parking lots, done with great service at a great price. Call Avail Valley at 307-885-0600 for your quote today.
And we're 3 minutes and 30 seconds away from resuming football here at Rigby High School in beautiful Rigby, Idaho. It's a beautiful night under the lights. Trojans are leading 28-7. And while it's halftime in these last few minutes, I'd like to talk about a great opportunity I got this week going around preparing for this game. I got the privilege to talk to offensive coordinator Aaron Flowers of the Rigby Trojans. Now, the story of Flowers is one that is awesome to listen to. Flowers has been a part of football for his entire life, playing in high school and college, and coaching since the year, get this, 1997. He has 24 years of coaching under his belt. A very seasoned veteran. He's coached at multiple different places, including Dana Hills in Dana Point, California. He's coached at Montana State. Flowers definitely has the experience. But when I talked to him, I got to talk to him for a long time. And the biggest thing that he told me, and the thing that I want to share with all of you fans at home, is going to be the story of his partnership with Coach Armando Gonzalez. Now, in 2005, at Dana Hills High School, Flowers started coaching with Coach Gonzalez. It's where they met, and ever since, they have been coaching together. Now, I asked Flowers about what's it like to coach with Gonzalez for all of these years. What is it like having one partner for the last 10-plus years coaching football? And he told me that it's been something amazing. They've been able to build a program together. And one very interesting thing that he told me is that all of these other teams that they have coached, whether it be college, whether it be high school, all the different techniques, all the different on and off the field activities, whether it be in the film room, whether it be in the weight room, they've all been quote unquote lab experiments done by Coach Flowers and Coach Gonzalez. And together, they've taken the last 16 years of coaching together in all these lab experiments. And this program here at Rigby is all of that put together. This is everything that they've built in the last 16 years coming together, and that is why we see so much success on the field every single week on Friday nights from the Rigby Trojans. during the week. The Rigby Trojans are watching film every single day. The players come to school on Monday morning already knowing every single play that the offense and defense is going to run that week. On the field, they're practicing 7 days a week, and they're in the weight room 3 days a week. This Rigby Trojans team has so many great things going for it, whether it be techniques they use in the program, things they do in the classroom, or things they do on the practice field. It was a privilege to talk to Aaron Flowers. A lot of cool nuggets of information from his story and from the story of the Rigby Trojans. We've got more of that information coming later in the game. But with 30 seconds on the clock, the post-fall Trojans have re-entered the playing field. They've gone down to the sideline to get re-warmed up. And any second now, the Rigby Trojans are going to retake the field up 28-7, looking to repeat the dominance of the first half. Now here come our Rigby Trojans. One very interesting thing about this Rigby Trojans team, you may have caught on to it when talking about the grades that each of these players are in, is that this Rigby Trojans team is very, very dense with seniors. Exactly 30 seniors on the varsity roster. That is almost unheard of in high school sports. Their leadership from their team, whether it's helping the younger players like juniors Lucas McCullough or keeping each other in check. Rigby has some of the best chemistry in the entire state of Idaho, and I would argue in the entire country. They all help lead each other, and we can see how great they communicate on the field. These seniors have been playing together since 4th grade or even beyond that. Ever since they've been tackling in football, these have been friends and opponents here at Rigby Grid Kid, and now that they're a band of brothers in high school forming Team 112 in Rigby Trojans history, you can see how it's all come together. The history of these seniors, very rich. If we go back to their freshman year, they were the district champions in freshman football. Their sophomore years, they were a part of the varsity team that won Rigby's state title for 5A football in Idaho. And last year, they were a part of the team that lost and were the runner-ups in the state championship. So they know what success feels like. They know what it takes to get it. And they are definitely hungry for a state title of their own with their name on it. We've definitely seen that they have been working very hard and coming out with a lot of dominance this season. Don't expect that to go away anytime soon. They've got the depth, they've got the talent, they've got the star power. Rigby is coming for another state title. Both teams meeting up on their sideline, and Post Fall is taking up about 40 yards of the field. Going to do some final little stretches. Get some energy going for this second half. Post Falls meeting right in the middle of the field, looking for a little bit of leadership and inspiration, maybe from quarterback number 2, Jackson Anderson, looking to turn around his day. Already has an interception on the day and not the most accurate, missing a lot of, frankly, open attempts downfield, looking for him to spin around his day. And the Rigby Trojans kickoff crew getting ready to start this second half. We'd like to thank everybody for joining us on the live broadcast and hope that you enjoy the second half of football as much as we enjoyed the first half of football, taking this journey with us. We're only a few seconds away from getting back to this Rigby High School action.
as number 11, Tanner Sessions, and number 17, Dylan Wolf, drop back deep to return for Post Falls.
The Rigby Trojans ready to kick off here. It's a very deep kick right to the goal line. That'll be received into the end zone, which in high school means it will be an immediate touchback. So Post Falls Trojans are going to be starting their first drive of the second half from the 20-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 here, looking to see if Jackson Anderson can turn his day around and see if Sullivan can keep doing what he is doing. The running back, number 7, Jacob Sullivan, the senior, playing very well right now, running with a lot of momentum. His line is just not giving him enough space. So we'll see if maybe the line found some inspiration in the locker room. But we are back to Rigby football, week 2. Motion across for Post Falls. Gonna switch to a trips look on the right. Some changes on the line from Anderson. Anderson takes the snap. The handoff to Sullivan up the middle. Stuffed on the line by the front 7 of the Rigby Trojans. By the end of that play, I think 10 players from the Rigby Trojans, all but one, were in on that tackle. No gain there for the Post Fall Trojans. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 now from their own 20-yard line. Motion for Post Falls. The handoff to Sullivan. Sullivan's going to break one and then be brought down by the linebacker core of the Rigby Trojans. That'll bring up a 3rd and 5 from their own 25-yard line. Anderson making some adjustments on the line. Motion across for Post Falls. Anderson takes a snap, drops back deep, fires across the middle. It's high and off the hands of his receiver, number 10. Going to be incomplete for the Post Fall Trojans and a 3 and out to start the second half. Rigby's defense showing that they are planning on being very dominant in this second half. A lot more of the same from the first half. Zabe Falavai now deep to take this punt. The last punt from Post Falls, an absolute bomb, looking to repeat that. This one's going to be a little bit higher. Looked like it might have been tipped. Going to only go about 20 yards with some backspin. Jumped on by Post Falls. Went back about 2 or 3 yards there. So Rigby going to come onto the field in absolutely excellent field position. Well into their opponent's territory. 1st and 10 here from the 38-yard line.
Rigby's going to take the ball. 1st and 10 with the ball on the Post Falls 38-yard line.
As Rigby's offense comes back onto the field, looking to do a lot of the same from the first half. Strong runs and a lot of great passing and routes from that receiver core and Tiger Adolfo. So the Trojans here, Adolfo in the shotgun with trips out right. The hard count, not going to work. The handoff to Falavai. Falavai finds an edge. Makes a move, breaks a tackle, and will have around 11 yards on the first rushing attempt of this second half. A lot of room for the running back, number 6, Zeke Falavai, on that play, and that really highlights one of the great strengths of the Rigby Trojans team. It is that offensive line. Just about every member of that offensive line is a difference maker every single week, showing how much of a difference they can make on that play. 1st down again. Going to be a handoff to Zeke Falavai, who's going to fight for about 3 yards there. They're going to mark that officially as a 5-yard pickup, leading to a 2nd and 5 for the Rigby Trojans from their opponent's 21-yard line. 1 yard out of the red zone here on 2nd down. Adolfo in the shotgun, hands it off up the middle. That's Falavai once again. Trojans are now into the red zone. ready to see if they can repeat some of their red zone success from the first half. It'll be a 3rd and 1 for the Rigby Trojans from Post Falls 16. Heavy package here from Rigby. The motion across, that's Freeman. The handoff to McCullough. McCullough with a lot of momentum, breaks one tackle, keeps running, finds an edge, and is going to be out of bounds right around the 7-yard line. Excellent running from number 32, Lucas McCullough, the junior, already with 2 touchdowns in today's game. Having an excellent game. It'll now be 1st and goal for the Trojans from the 8-yard line. Adolfo stops back, fires to the back corner. Looks like possibly pass interference on that play. Taylor Freeman was absolutely smothered on that quick fade. Little bit of a high toss from Adolfo, but no call there. It's going to be 2nd and goal now from the 8. The second attempt at the end zone here for the Trojans. Adolfo with McCullough in the backfield, already found the end zone twice. The RPO, Adolfo's gonna give. Looks like McCullough's fighting for that end zone. McCullough, the junior, and Speedback fights his way in, and the refs will call that one a touchdown. McCullough fought for about 5 yards in a dense huddle there of bodies, and he is able to fight for that. Lucas McCullough standing well under 6 foot, definitely a speed back, but able to show his toughness and grit and fight into the end zone there. So now, Forrest Uminski trying to stay perfect on the year for PATs. And he will. Forrest with his 5th PAT make of the game. The Rigby High School soccer star. And with that possession, the Trojans go up 35-7 here after shutting down the Post Falls offense on their first drive attempt. They go right into the end zone themselves and widen that margin just a little bit more. About 9 minutes to play left in this second half in the 3rd quarter. And the Trojans look like they're going to dominate this second half. The Rigby High School cheerleaders doing their 6 push-ups for every 6 points scored on a touchdown. Looks like every single week they're going to be getting a little bit stronger and doing a lot of push-ups. This week, Rigby's found the end zone 5 times already. Rigby put 43 points up last week, all on touchdowns, meaning those cheerleaders are getting a lot of work in. Rigby ready to kick again. Forrest Uminski, the left-footed kicker, back out there to kick off. The kick by Uminski is absolutely bombed to the backside of the end zone. Very deep kick from Uminski. Post Falls with another touchback. It'll mean 1st and 10 for them from the 20-yard line. If Post Falls is going to have any chance of coming back in this one, they're going to need to do it right now, needing to mount some offense immediately because they really do not have the time to waste. Only 9 minutes left in this 3rd quarter. They're running out of time, and Rigby is only getting stronger as this game goes on. Rigby going to stop that run right on the line. No room for the Post Falls offense. It's going to be 2nd and 10 from the same spot, the 20. Now, when you look at the Rigby Trojans team as a whole, whether it's special teams, offense, or defense, you never see that the Rigby Trojans are not prepared. That is one thing that this coaching staff absolutely emphasizes. During that talk with Flowers, I was able to find out that the coaches spend anywhere from 10 to 12 hours every single weekend day prepping out the game plan. Anderson fires across the middle. Looks like a little bit of contact before the ball was thrown there. Don't know quite where that pass was headed from number 2. That receiver was triple covered by the Rigby Trojans, but nevertheless, it's going to be a 3rd and 9 attempt now for Post Falls. Trips out right, but looks like there's going to be a stoppage. They're going to adjust the placement of the ball, move it up just about a yard. So it'll be 3rd and 9 from, I guess, a yard closer now from the 21-yard line. Anderson takes the snap, looks left, fires across the middle, tipped, and almost intercepted. Number 22, Riker Kirkham, almost on to pick that ball off. The punting team comes out for Post Falls. And Zabe Falavai, number 3, jogging right about out to the 40-yard line, backing up to the 35, ready to go for another return. Very exciting whenever a team has to punt to Zabe. Makes a lot of action after the catch on punts and is definitely not scared to grab these and run. A long punt from Post Falls. It's going to hit the ground at right around the 45. It's going to roll about 9 yards. So Rigby will be back out there. Look for some more points and see if that offense is still clicking from their own 36-yard line here for 1st and 10. Rigby offense having a meeting there on the sideline. About 5 coaches in on that one. A lot of talking. I see the offensive line coach. That's Burke Mauser. Definitely does a lot of great work when it comes to in the classroom for preparing the offensive linemen. While they are physically definitely a dominant force, their mental side of the game is unmatched in the state of Idaho. 2 backs in the backfield. It's going to be a motion from the backfield, and Tiger going to go down immediately. A lot of pressure from Post Falls there. Seems like there was a bit of a misread on the offensive line for the Rigby Trojans, as 2 rushers got in there right about immediately. That'll be a 6-yard loss on the sack. So 2nd and 16 from the 30 for the Rigby Trojans here. Let's see if they can convert another 3rd and long in today's game. Only 2nd down here. Still got time to earn some of it back. The same motion from the 2-back set. Tiger fires right side, complete across the middle. Freeman with the completion and the catch. Midfield, going to be about 13 yards. Going to bring up a 3rd and 2 from the 44-yard line. So 3rd down here for the Rigby Trojans from their own 44-yard line. Looking for another 1st down. Trips out left. They're going 5 wide from the shotgun. Adolfo all by himself in the backfield. Trips out left. The hard count. It's going to get a flag on the hard count. Looked like the left end on Post Falls stepped over the line. That'll be encroachment, and that will be a 1st down for the Rigby Trojans. So not having to prove themselves here on 3rd down. Post Falls is going to give it to them. So it'll be 1st down right before midfield from their own 49-yard line. So now 1st and 10 from the 49. Post Falls looks like they've got a 2 safety up high look on defense. They're loading the box with 3 linebackers all in close. Motion across for Rigby. That's 87, Condanzi. Adolfo takes the snap. The play action, fires. There's a screen to the right. And he gets through. makes a miss, sprinting to the end zone, and it is a touchdown. Rigby Trojans, number 14, with the catch and run after that wide receiver screen. Taylor Freeman, one of the best weapons on the Rigby Trojans, able to catch it on the screen and fire past those Post Falls defenders for another Rigby touchdown. Once again, Uminski trying to stay perfect, not only tonight, but on the season. Attempt number 6 here, and will split the uprights and sent that one about 40 yards past the post. Uminski with an absolute cannon for a leg. Uminski not having to kick a single field goal yet this season, only extra points. Rigby has not been stopped on an offensive drive. They've either punted or scored. Rigby has 0 turnover on downs or turnovers at all this season, playing really great offense overall. Now you can see how those motions from the Rigby offense can cause a lot of confusion for all defenses that they play. We can see how when Con Danzy went across, it seems like just something they do all the time. But on that play specifically, Con Danzy, number 87, was definitely the defining block. Without that block from that big tight end against that secondary and those defensive backs, that touchdown does not happen. So now Rigby off to kick off again. The student section letting them know. It's going to be another touchback off the leg of Forrest Uminski. Another touchback here for Post Falls. Down 42-7 here. Up against pretty much the world. Going to see if they can maybe just come out and play for a little pride here. Build some momentum for the next week. 1st and 10 from the 20 now. Now, sitting at home watching this game, you might think that this game is over for Post Falls, but this can be an essential part of a season. This can be where they turn their season around. They can use this game and this back half of this game as a way to build momentum for the rest of the season and maybe turn around their record. Motion across, number 11. The snap. Anderson looks right, fires. It's a screen to the left. Great tackle by number 10. That's Ryder Thompson, the defensive back. Able to shake his coverage and stop him dead in his tracks there. No extra yardage on that wide receiver screen out left after the jet. It'll still be a 5-yard pickup, so 2nd and 5 now from the 25-yard line. Motion coming the other way now. Gonna motion into a trip set. Looks like a screen the other way. Jackson fires. Missed blocking there. And the Rigby defensive backs, that's number 5, Griffin Good. Had an interception last week. Is gonna be able to pull him down from behind. Looks like there was definitely some missed blocks on the trip side of the field from Post Falls there. So now 3rd and 4 after the 1-yard gain from the 26-yard line. Anderson takes the snap, looks left, fires underneath to the flats. Possibly some run after catch. A great tackle there from the Rigby defensive back. Rigby showing some great discipline on these tackles here, but Post Falls just chipping away, playing the short game, killing them in the short passing game. Definitely a tough thing to defend. Seems like this is working for Post Falls offense, even though it might seem like it's going quite slow. Motion over to Trips, back the other way, looks like a counter. Sullivan takes it up the middle, is gonna be able to fight for about 3 to 4 yards. So on 1st down, a modest pickup. All you can ask for is about 3 yards, so 2nd and 7 now. From their own 35, the Post Falls offense moving consistently. If they can stay on this pace, maybe can find pay dirt. Hard count from Post Falls is going to get only a DB to jump. Zabe Falavai with man coverage out on the near side. Anderson with a quick handoff to Sullivan. Sullivan found a corner off the edge. Open field, he's gonna hit it and get about 4 or 5 yards there. So third down. Going to have about 3 yards to go for Post Falls. It'll be a 3rd and 3 here from their own 39-yard line. Motion across. That's number 8. Anderson takes the snap, looks left, pump fakes, fires across the middle, and completed. Caught on the 50-yard line. A little bit of a juggling catch. That's number 1, Dalton Wild, the senior receiver, is able to hold onto that one and grab it. Had a defender right on his back on that play. Great catch from Wild. 1st and 10 now from the 50-yard line. Motion across for number 8, that's Myers. Anderson takes the snap. Quick handoff to Sullivan, stuffed in the backfield. Number 55, Damian Walker, creating the penetration and dropping the running back Sullivan in the backfield. So now 2nd and 12 after the tackle for loss from Walker. Anderson looks left to the trip side, rolls out left, possibly a throw on the run here. He fires it off balance, accurate on the comeback route. Did he get a foot in? And they will call it complete after the great play by Jackson Anderson. Number 2, the quarterback, rolls out, throws off kilter, and delivers an absolutely perfect throw. A lot of power behind that. It's going to be perfect for the comeback. Hurry up offense here for Post Falls. 1st and 10 now from their opponent's 27 after the big play. Fires left, one-on-one coverage. Wide open receiver in the end zone. And it's caught in the end zone. Post Falls with a touchdown in that back left corner. One-on-one coverage out left. And the receiver out there is going to be able to beat him. Number 18, Carson Tucker, the wide receiver. The senior wide receiver on the reception there. And now for the 2nd time in tonight's contest, number 60, Alexander Luna, the offensive lineman that also kicks the extra points for Post Falls, comes out. And for the 2nd time, he's going to drill it. So Post Falls with a lot of big plays there. Some great play from number 2, Jackson Anderson. Not done yet. The senior and the presumed leader of this team bringing some fight back for the Post Fall Trojans. So now the score sits at 42-14. Trojans still with quite the lead here. About 2.5 minutes left on the clock in this 3rd quarter of play. Rigby trying to keep that dominant offense going right after this reception on the kickoff. Now we can see tonight that Rigby is definitely a dominant team no matter who they're playing. And Max Preps in their preseason rankings definitely predicted this happening. Rigby ranked the number 1 team in Idaho, according to Max Preps ranking. It's a kickoff caught on the 15-yard line by Rigby. And a great tackle on the kickoff team from Post Falls, stopping what could have been at least an extra 10-20 yards from Rigby on the return. So Rigby's coming on back out for some offense on the 25-yard line. 1st and 10. Tiger Adolfo, number 19, having an absolutely monstrous game, especially in that 2nd quarter and now here in the 2nd half, just playing great fundamental football. You can definitely see what a talent he is. The senior and leader of this offense can do damage with his arm and with his leg, and he has shown us both of those tonight. Shotgun, 5 wide. Falavai motioning into the backfield, trying to get a coverage check. Quick handoff to Falavai, going off the tackle on the left side, and then stuffed in the backfield by number 3, Chase Burge, The strong safety rolled down on that play to try to be more of a linebacker. Sometimes those strong safeties are more like outside linebackers in some defensive sets. He rolled down and was able to get off the edge and bring down number 6, Zeke Falavai, right on the line of scrimmage. So now after no gain on that play, it'll be second and 10 from the 25-yard line once again. Adolfo takes a snap. It's an option out right. Pitch to Zeke Falavai. Makes a cutback, finds a hole, and that'll be a first down for Zeke Falavai. Rigby does not pull that option out with Zeke Falavai and Tiger Adolfo very often, but when they do, it is a killer. Not only is Zeke a very powerful and fast running back, but Tiger Adolfo can also make fake pitches and then make moves happen. Known to do that and known to pick up a lot of yards on plays like that. Those can be backbreakers for the defense. So now that gives Rigby a first down exactly 10 yards from the last line of scrimmage. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 35. The handoff to Falavai, stuffed on the line of scrimmage. Going to be a no-yard gain there. Seemed like Post Falls tipped their hand a little bit on the hard count, showed that they were going to bring a little bit extra pressure, but no adjustment from Rigby. So that one's going to be stuffed. It's going to be 2nd and 10 from the same line of scrimmage as the last play. Second and 10 now from the 35. 45 seconds left on the clock in this third quarter of play. Motion across for the Trojans. Takes the snap, the handoff, up the middle. That's Lucas McCullough, finds a hole, makes a move. Lucas McCullough just has such quick acceleration. He goes from standing to absolutely burning down the field so fast. Lucas McCullough having a great day. And that's one great thing about this Rigby Trojans team is the depth. If we look at just the running back position, for example, we have the senior Zeke Falavai, who's enough of a playmaker in and of itself and definitely one of the stars of this Rigby Trojans team. But we also have the junior Lucas McCullough, the speed back, who can burn you in so many different ways. So now 1st and 10. Tiger looks right, pump fake. Rolls out right. Fires short, complete. Tiger throwing his receiver open on that play. A skill that only the very best of quarterbacks can use. That's Sam Coons on the reception, number 16. Now, what I mean by throwing a receiver open, the coverage there is plenty good, and the receiver is not open. But what Tiger did there is he threw to the left side because the weight of the defensive back was on the right side of the receiver, meaning that the receiver could dive off to the left away from the defender and make the completion. That's a very high-level skill from Tiger Adolfo, really showing his talent and how much of a star he is for the Rigby Trojans. So after 3 quarters of action, Rigby Trojans leading 42-14. Post Falls making a surge on offense. But we're going to see if they can stop Rigby's offense now, who is absolutely rolling right now. Nothing new from the Rigby Trojans. Only had a few drives not end in 6 points the entire season. Well over 50% on touchdown rates per drive. Adolfo in the shotgun on this set for Rigby. Lucas McCullough and Zeke Falavai both in the backfield. We could see that play where Lucas McCullough motions out left. The RPO for Rigby where they can either hand it off, Adolfo can run it, or they can dump it to Lucas McCullough in the flat. Linebacker crashing. Here we see the motion. The RPO. Adolfo takes it by himself. He's got the blocks on the edge. Makes it to the 35, to the 30-yard line. A great run by Adolfo. Able to fake the run to Zeke Falavai. That's that RPO option. Adolfo on a play like that can choose whether to hand it off to Zeke Falavai or keep it himself based on reads he makes on the defense. But then after Adolfo runs it himself, he still has the option of flicking it over to his running back, Lucas McCullough. Very hard play to defend and a staple of the new Rigby Trojans offense ever since Gonzalez came to town. A great run, a lot of room for Zeke Falavai. That RPO, a staple of the Rigby offense in the Gonzalez era. It'll be another Rigby first down here. Just over 11 minutes on the clock left in this game. Rigby Trojans leading by quite the margin. 1st and 10 from 2 yards outside of the red zone. Motion across for the tight end of Rigby. Gonna go into trips. Wide receiver screen. There's that screen we saw produce a touchdown from Taylor Freeman earlier in the game. Not gonna be as successful, but definitely gonna keep the Trojans on schedule for first down. A 5-yard gain on that screen. When we see tight end Con Danzy, number 87, come across, he is a lot bigger than all these defensive backs, which means that he is a great inline blocker, creating a lot more extra space for the speed guys on the outside that catch the screen. So now 2nd and 5 from inside the red zone on their opponent's 17-yard line. The snap, play action. The dump to the tight end, 87, Con Danzy with the completion. Breaks the tackle, fights for about 4 extra yards. We've been seeing that dump pass not very often, but we've definitely seen it as a reliable safety valve for Tiger Adolfo when the pressure crashes. Adolfo known to not panic under pressure. We've seen that definitely in tonight's game. When the pressure comes, he stays within himself and he delivers with a great throw. No different on that play. It'll be 3rd and 1 now from the 13-yard line. Hand off up the middle to Zeke Falavai. Looks like he got the first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 now for the Rigby Trojans from the 10-yard line. 1st and goal. So now 1st and 10 here. 10 yards out of the goal. Motion across for Rigby. Going to stop on that side of the set. The handoff to Falavai. Stiff arm. Breaks another tackle. Fighting forward for a few extra yards. You could definitely see the heavy set that developed from Rigby over there. Motioned an extra blocker in there already after having the 2 backs in the backfield and the wing tight end to block. Throwing just about everything they can at the Post Falls defense. Junior number 12, Brady Packer, the wide receiver, coming out for a little bit of minutes in today's game, going out at wide receiver. Falavai in the backfield, Adolfo in the shotgun. They snap it, and it's a quick run up the middle to Falavai. Over one defender that went low, and is able to fight for about 4 to 5 yards. It'll now be 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line, only needing a few steps to get into the end zone here for Rigby. Looking for their 7th touchdown of the game. It'll be another run from Falavai, and will easily walk into the end zone. Rigby Trojans, 7th touchdown of the game. An offensive explosion, no different than last week. Last week, they absolutely went off on the offensive side of the ball, scoring 46 points on one of the best teams in the state of Utah. This week, they're showing that their offense is still dominant. We can hear once again the Rigby Classic fireworks on the north side of the field. Every time that the Rigby Trojans score and win the game, we hear those fireworks go, and that's a sound we love to hear here at Rigby High School's football stadium. Now Uminski looking to be perfect on the season still. And for the 7th time on this beautiful Friday night, Uminski is good. Eight minutes and 30 seconds left of action here in tonight's beautiful Friday Night Lights game. Rigby leading the Post Fall Trojans 49-14. Pretty much every facet of Rigby's game has been absolutely on fire. Post Fall still looking for maybe a little momentum for their next game. Looking to carry a bit of higher spirits going to that next one. A good drive here can really define the rest of the season. they go down here and score some points, could really translate into a good week of practice and a better game next week for them. And maybe they could turn around what looks to be an 0-2 season on the way. Fielded on around the 3-yard line. Gonna run this one up. Got a lot of room up the middle. Makes a move. Makes another move. Was about one broken tackle from breaking that to about 30, 35, 40 yards, but gonna be down on the 28-yard line here. And the Post Falls offense once again coming out to operate. Their last drive on offense, very, very good. A lot of deep shots, a lot of deep completions. Really starting to attack. It looks like Jackson Anderson is finding his fire and finding his confidence late in this contest. First and 10 for Post Falls from the 28-yard line. Motion across, that's number 46. The quick handoff to Sullivan, and it's stuffed in the backfield. 3 Rigby defenders blowing up the offensive lineman that's trying to block them. Ultimate pressure from the Rigby Trojans there once again. Rigby's secondary and mainly their safety core, number 22 Riker Kirkham and number 1 Trevin Talbot, the 2 deep players for Rigby right now, playing very excellent. Both leaders of this team. You can see them throughout the game making a lot of calls. See Riker Kirkham right there adjusting his defense after that motion. Handoff to Sullivan. Riker Kirkham for the stuff. Right there, came downfield very fast. That play was blown up by Rigby. Going to be a 2-yard carry. 3rd and 11 now from the 27-yard line. Another 3rd and long situation. Rigby forcing so many 3rd and longs. Anderson takes the snap, steps up in the pocket, fires, complete, running 40, out right about the 48-yard line. A great gain there for Post Falls. That's going to be a first down, converting on the 3rd and long try. Post Falls now is a 1st and 10, barely on their side of the ball field, still from the 48-yard line. Motion across, number 46. Once again, Anderson takes the snap, looks left, dumps off to his running back, stopped in the backfield, missed tackle from senior Dayton Grover. And he's going to slip up for about 4 or 5 more yards after that. So now it'll be 2nd and 6 from the 48-yard line. Post Falls offense really starting to find their footing now, but it seems it's just a tad bit too late with about 6.5 minutes left in this one. Down by just too many points. Anderson making some adjustments on the line. Motion across once again. Anderson takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls out right, fires deep on the comeback, complete right around the 37-yard line. Now they are well into Rigby's territory. It'll be a first down for Post Falls. And as we look to the Rigby Trojans sideline, we can see something very exciting. Luke Flowers, number 9, the sophomore and new quarterback coming in next year, the prodigy in the making. Yes, Aaron Flowers, the offensive coordinator's son, warming up. We may see some time from Rigby's next quarterback after the Tiger Adolfo era is over, so very exciting. Always awesome to see the younger players come in, see what Rigby's looking for in the future. But here's 1st and 10 from the 37 for Post Falls. Some adjustments on the line. One thing Post Falls has been doing a lot this game is taking a lot of time on the line, making sure that they have a lot of variation. Anderson looks left, fires a missile. Almost intercepted by Rigby. Zach Hawks, the junior linebacker, almost in on that interception. It'll be 2nd and 10 now from the 37-yard line. Anderson takes the snap, fires deep down the middle, wide open receiver, and just misses. Had two receivers about 10 yards apart, horizontally running down the field, and split both of them. Anderson on the deep ball has either been perfect or been very far off, not giving his receivers much of a chance on those plays. It'll be another incompletion and just a rough day overall for the man under center, number 2, Jackson Anderson. So it'll be a 3rd and 10 now. Post Falls still haven't moved the ball on this set of downs, but they've got trips out left on this 3rd and 10 try. And solo receiver outright. Anderson drops back, moves up in the pocket, rolling, looking to throw, fires, tipped off the top of his hands. Fired for the sideline into double coverage. Had a chance there. There is a flag on the field. So if this is on Post Falls, then it will be 4th down no matter what. So probably looking at a punt. So that ball will be moved back 5 more yards, and it'll be 4th and 15 now. Right around 4th and 13.
Looking at a 4th and 13. Ball spotted right on the Rigby 40.
On that last play, that drop was by Carson Tucker, senior receiver. Almost an impeccable throw and play by Jackson Anderson, but after that penalty, it looks like Post Falls will be punting here from their opponent's 40. Different looking set here on punt for Post Falls. Maybe a little bit of a play coming on. Punt's back, punt's good, and the punt is away. Another good one. Falvey's gonna let this one just roll into the end zone. So it'll be a touchback, and they'll walk that one out to the 20. Post Falls mounting a little bit of offense there on that last drive, but Rigby able to make the adjustments and make the stop. Looking forward into the schedule for the Rigby Trojans. They've had these first 2 home games, had the home opener, but now they are going on the road. First of all, starting with next Friday, which will be against Skyline at Holt Arena in Pocatello. So if you're planning on going to that game, it is at Holt Arena Pocatello. Going to be an absolutely awesome game in the Dome. Then they go take on Hillcrest away, and then they will take on the Thunder Ridge Titans away. So a road stretch for the Rigby Trojans coming up, but nothing I'm sure they're not excited for, to go to other people's territories and share the Rigby love that comes with the dominant offense here. Great run after catch, still going. Ran for about 12 yards after catch. Following those 3 weeks on the road, we'll have homecoming here on October 1st, Friday, October 1st. Make sure to get your tickets now. Make sure you get a spot here at Rigby High School Stadium. You're going to want to be here. The Rigby Trojans have a fierce matchup against the Idaho Falls Tigers. It's going to be one of the most exciting games of the year. Homecoming always is a huge one, and definitely one that you do not want to miss. Mark your calendars, October 1st in 4 Fridays. So it'll be 2nd and 9 now from the 36-yard line. Getting a look at sophomore Luke Flowers on the field under center. Get a taste of what Rigby will be working with over the next 2 years after this one. The handoff, gonna have some space for about a 6-yard carry on second down. That'll set up a 3rd and 5 from the 40-yard line. Rigby's been pretty good on 3rd down, converting almost every single one. A few times they didn't, but on the majority of those attempts, they were able to convert on 4th down, showing the power of this offense. Luke Flowers in the shotgun. Takes the snap, got pressure behind him, blindside. Great block by the running back, and then able to go over the defender and fall forward for the 1st down. A great block from the running back, number 23, sophomore Mason Burgess. So all sophomores in the backfield there. That play doesn't happen without that great block. Flowers takes the snap and post falls, meets Mason Burgess at the line, picks him up and runs it backwards. And there's a flag on the play. Looks like there could possibly be some unsportsmanlike after that tackle. Ref's talking this one over. Here comes the head ref. It will be a personal foul on the defense. Ball was blown dead, and the players kept playing. So that'll be a new set of downs on the personal foul on post falls. Rigby not taking any time here. Already got their play ready. They've got a tight end in the wing off left. Flowers in the shotgun, takes the snap, hands it off up the middle. Able to fight for about 5 yards. They're going to mark that at the 35, so 2nd and 7 now for the Rigby Trojans. Flowers takes the snap, rolls out left. The pitch, that's going to be eaten up at the line. Now with just under 3 minutes left in today's game, make sure you stick around for after the game. We're going to be talking about what happened in tonight's game, what led to the big win, and also what to look for in the future with head coach Armando Gonzalez. It's going to be an honor to get to talk to him up in the booth. That'll be following the game directly, probably a few minutes after the final whistle. They're going to go talk in the locker room, and then I'll be here with Coach Gonzalez. You're not going to want to miss that. If you're going to be following Rigby for the rest of the season, you're going to want to know all the intricacies and approach for the rest of this year. That'll be directly after the show. Me talking to Coach Gonzalez. Now 3rd and 9, motion out right. Fake screen, then Luke Flowers makes a move, has room. 10, 5, taken down on the 5. Great move by Luke Flowers to fake the screen. Take that one himself. That sets up a 1st and goal from the 6 now inside the red zone. Flowers takes the snap, hands it off. That's gonna fight, and looks like not much of a gain there, maybe about 2 yards on that one. They'll mark that down at the 4. Yeah, 2-yard gain on 1st down, so it'll be 2nd and 4 now from the 4-yard line. Rigby in victory formation on 2nd and goal. And it looks like you can chalk this one up in the win column for Rigby. Rigby now 2-0 on the season. A great start to their season, looking to come back after the devastating loss in the 5A state championship last year, but still being solid, expecting Rigby to at very least make the playoffs and really expecting them to go deep this year. Their team is stacked from top to bottom. They have the depth, they have the star power, and they have just the all-around talent. 30 seniors and a lot of leaders and great coaches on this team. Expect to see Rigby late in the season, right around when playoffs are coming around. And with that one, post-fall Trojans fall to 0-2. They're going to try to recover this next week. But a great game by the Rigby Trojans. Definitely a lot of key factors in tonight's game, but I think it definitely is going to come down to the performance from Tiger Adolfo. Great defensive performance all around, but the performance from the quarterback was impeccable. A lot of big plays when he needed it. He had the consistent plays. He led his offense. Tiger really showed up today. Somebody we talked about at the start of this broadcast that was going to need to be a star tonight if they were going to be successful, and Tiger 100% delivered. We can definitely shine a lot of light on that secondary of the Rigby Trojans team. Had a few tough plays, but was overall very consistent and caused a lot of good plays to go the other way. A lot of tip passes, a lot of opportunities for interceptions. And let's make sure we flash back and highlight the interception in the first quarter by number 1, Trevin Talbot, the free safety and senior. His secondary definitely showed up. Overall, a great game by the Rigby Trojans. Every single facet was absolutely on fire. You can definitely see how the work that the coaches put on and all the different game plans they create for these players and the work the players put on during the week on and off the field pays off on Friday nights. Now make sure to stick around. In a few minutes, I'm going to have a personal conversation with the head coach and orchestrator of the great success of this team, Armando Gonzalez. He'll be up in the booth with me talking about what the future of this Rigby Trojans team looks like going into the end of this season. So make sure to stick around for that. We'll be back with that in a few minutes.
Next week, the Varsity boys will be
Just a few minutes out now. Still just waiting for Coach G to get out of that locker room and come on up. So just a few minutes away, we're going to get to talk to Coach G about not only what led to a win like this, but also where is Rigby going later in this season? What is the plan for Rigby Trojans? What's the aspirations? And what are they going to do to work to get that goal? Coming up soon, Coach G up in the booth with me. So now it's the time we've all been waiting for. I've got the distinct privilege to be here with head coach Armando Gonzalez, not only the man who orchestrates this program here at Rigby, but also who kind of changed the culture here and turned Rigby into a powerhouse on this region of the country. So, Coach G, we've been waiting all night to talk to you. First of all, with a great win like this, winning 49-14 over a Post Falls team that came in looking pretty good tonight, what can you give the credit to? Is it on the field? Is it off the field? What creates a win that's not just a win, but an absolute dominant victory for the Rigby Trojans?
Well, I hate to shatter everybody's picture of a dominance because we were not dominant tonight. I know the scoreboard sometimes indicates that, but we had a rough second quarter, and that's credit to Post Falls and their plan coming in. They really put some pressure on us. But, I mean, what creates the type of style of play that we've been able to do over the last few years is the kids are committed to the process each week, and it starts on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And we didn't have a very good Tuesday this week, and so that's kind of representative of the second quarter for us. And we've still got a long ways to go, but we've got the talent and ability. It just comes down to execution.
Walk us through, because we always hear about this process, whether we're fans, whether we're students that go to the school and are friends with the football players, or whether they're the parents at home that have their kids come home late at night and leave early in the morning. Walk us through what a game week is like being a player for the Rigby Trojans.
Well, it starts, Saturday and Sunday when we get the film from the other opponents, and we start breaking that down as a staff and then send it out to the kids to start watching. And they have certain player evaluations they've got to fill out during the weekend that they got to report back with on Monday, just to get them familiar with what the other team's doing. And then from there we have a short, what we've tried to do over the year, it's a long season and it's a long year preparing. So we want to keep the players as fresh as possible. So we really go short on Mondays, and it's more of a mental day. So we call it Mental Monday. And then, it's about an hour and 15 minutes. We're on the field just to run through some things, kind of, get the bodies moving after, usually a hard physical game. And then Tuesday and Wednesday are our hard days. And then Thursday is really just a run through in the morning, and it's helmets. So Tuesday and Wednesday are really the core of our preparation for the week. But really the everything is set in the offseason. I mean, it's a long year to play 9 football games. And that's what I think a lot of people don't realize, that how much these guys put into it over the course of 11, 12 months in the season and out of season to prepare to play a guarantee of 9 games. Obviously, we hope to play more than that each year, but you're guaranteed 9 football games. For 9 games, that's a long process.
A lot of time, but it definitely shows on Friday nights under the lights here at Rigby Stadium. Gotta love playing in front of the fans. Being one of the players at high school, it's got to be an awesome emotional experience. So, Now that we've conquered this first homestand, the first 2 games, first against Skyview and now against Post Falls, we've got a long road trip. We're going to be going to Holt Arena to play Skyline, and then we've got to go to Hillcrest and Thunder. How do you prepare? Is there any difference in the preparation getting ready for a long road stretch where we're not going to have the support that we've had here and that same energy to back the players?
Sure. No, we play. I mean, this place has become great, and our fans have been supportive, both the parents and the student section, and it's exciting to see, the energy that we have at our home stadium now. So we've got to take that on the road, and when you go on the road, there's a lot of obstacles you face, and so just playing in a different environment, the travel, the daily schedule is a little different on game day. So we'll try and keep as much the same as we can, but we've got a good Skyline team who runs a good program this next week, and when you go on the road, there's just a few things you've got to make sure you're sharp on, and we weren't sharp tonight in those things. So on the road, we've got to make sure we can execute much better because we caught some breaks early, and luckily we got ahead by a few touchdowns. But I think we keep the process as same as we can, but just change the environment, and we won't have the home support as we do. But we do get a lot of kids that travel and parents that travel, so that should be helpful.
Well, never to be satisfied here at Rigby Trojan System and Rigby football. Get excited for that next week game going to be at Holt Arena against the Skyline Grizzlies starting at 8:15. Coach Gonzalez, thank you so much for coming up here and talking to me. I'm sure everybody that's watching appreciates it. It's great to hear from the man who's put together such a great system here that we all love to watch and come support on Friday nights. So thank you, and to a great season.
No, thank you. I appreciate it anytime.